So I'm Julie Yack with 365.Training, and I'm here with Welly Lee from Microsoft. Hey, Welly, how you doing?
Hey, everyone.
So glad that you could join me today. We're here to talk about your new book. So
Yeah,
let's
thanks for
start
having me.
by telling us the name of your new book.
Okay, thanks for having me. My new book is called Working with the Microsoft Forms and Customer Voice. So the book is for you who wants to collect feedback from your customers, from your employees, especially those of you who have started using Microsoft Forms, which is included as part of your Office subscription. A lot of customers asking me what's the difference between Forms and Customer Voice. So I try to describe it in the book in terms of what scenario you should use Forms, what scenario you should Customer Voice, and what are the feature difference between the two products.
Sure, great, thank you. So I've participated in writing and editing and publishing a few different books, and I know from firsthand experience with labor of love it is about writing a book. So what was your process? How did that go?
Yeah, so funny thing, I love to travel, and usually whenever I have a chance, then I go travel some countries that I never visited before. So with the pandemic, of course, that travel is no longer an option. And around that time, then I got an offer from the pack publisher, and I said, like, "Hey, you want to write a book?" So I thought, okay, since I cannot go anywhere, so I might use the time. So that helps in terms of then spending the time kind of focusing, block like a couple of weeks to just write, because yes, like you said, like it is very, very difficult to do this on top of your day job, but like spending some block of time focusing and dedicating your time to write during that time period, that helps.
Yes. So during pandemic, you wrote a book and I got a puppy. I think you accomplished a little bit more than I did.
Well, we can debate about that.
Okay. So, and something that I noticed about your book, and when you talk about it in social media and talking with you personally, is that you have made the decision to not take any of your author payments. You are giving all of your proceeds to a charity.
Yep. Yes. So the Megan Walker, who's the technical reviewer of the book, she is an MVP like yourself and David as well. And in my line of work at Microsoft, we work a lot with the MVP, Microsoft Valuable Professionals, and I got a chance to work with Megan about maybe 2 years ago. I got to know her, and she's been very active in communities, helping our customers to share tips and tricks about customer voice. So I think we got to know each other. I also visited her when I went to UK. And she asked her to be a technical reviewer for the book, and which she graciously agreed. And then I learned that one of her family member got diagnosed with Alzheimer's, which is a terrible disease. And then she is raising money for Alzheimer Society charity fund. So I thought that this is the least I can do is to support her family by donating all my proceeds from the books to the charity for Alzheimer that under the name of Megan's.
That's spectacular to hear, and we'll make sure to include links to those charities within the description here with our video that we're going to be sharing. So
and Julie, one more thing or two more things, because we are lucky at the Microsoft that Microsoft is supporting us in terms of contributing to charities. So Microsoft has this matching contribution to all contribution that I donated to this charity. And Pack publisher also do the matching contribution. So you have this triple contribution. If you buy this book, then your money will go 3 times as long.
That is awesome. It's so good to see corporate sponsorship step up and help with that. That's awesome. So I know that I read much of the book. I'll tell you, I didn't read all of the book. I read much of the book, and I found some interesting things in there, but I want to know what was interesting to write. What features, what was the most memorable for you to write? What do you want to share the most?
Yeah, so My approach, my goal is that to make the book to be as practical as possible. So the way that I'm thinking is that I design each of the chapter based on the common feedback scenario, something that I heard from the customer, how they use the product. And then to further ground the story and to make it easier for people to understand, I try to start with each chapter with an example or real life use cases where customers use the product for that particular scenarios. So I think that is that's probably something that I didn't see in many other books in terms of that approach. I'm trying to use something different. The other thing that I'm also doing, and it is difficult because in the cloud service world, things are changing very rapidly. We are releasing every month and new features. So things are moving quite rapidly. In the beginning of the time where I started writing the book, and by the time I finished, things already changing. Now, so they are part of the book. For example, in the later chapter, I discuss about some of the administrative functionality of the customer voice, including some of the new features that we are still working on in terms of being able to manage all the different capacities in customer voice. So those are something that I wrote based on the best available information at the time of writing. And this is where, when you write the books and when you seeing the product, things might not be exactly the same, but hopefully overall the functionality should be different, should be the same, although that the user experience might be slightly different.
Yep, yep, I absolutely understand that. The same goes with when you're making training content, right? That it may not always match because we've got such a rapid release cadence.
Yes, yes.
So, okay, so I would never ask you to break NDA on anything, but what is something that's super slick or super fun or exciting that's on the near-term roadmap that you can share with us?
In the dynamics, we usually share with with our customers, with our partners, or the features that is in our roadmap, and that is part of the release notes. There is one, the capabilities that I'm especially excited about is our new text analytics. This is where if you collect a feedback, and the feedback include the free text questions, usually it's very hard for you to go through each of those free text questions one by one. It takes very time-consuming effort. Now, the thing is that we at the Microsoft, we also collect feedback from all the users using our products. And that includes also free text questions or people kind of sharing their opinion about using Office or using Xbox or using Windows. So we do use AI internally to do text analytics to make it easier for us to get an insight from all those millions of free text questions. So what we do is that we take that AI that Microsoft uses internally and include it as part of the customer voice. So that's one of the upcoming new features to make it easier for our customers to be able to analyze their customer feedback using a proven technology that Microsoft uses internally.
So we get to use Microsoft's secret sauce to analyze our own customer data, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay, that's great. No, that's really wonderful. So, Welly, I really want to thank you for your time to share with us about your experience writing the book, the details of the book. Make sure that you head over. You've got an AKA link for us, Welly.
Yes, it's aka.ms/customer voice book. Probably included also in the video description, as well as also there is a special promo code just for you, Julie, for this particular webcast that I asked the publisher, which they kindly agreed to give a 25% discount for limited time, 2 weeks only for your audience. So you can use that promo code, go to Amazon, purchase the book, include the promo code, and then you've got 25% discount.
That is great. Thank you, Welly. Thank you to your publisher. And again, thank you, Welly, so much for your time today. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.